Here's another big key, guys. Another secret is water. Okay. And now I'm talking rivers, lakes, streams, ones that have vibrant life, have plants growing along the sides. Okay. Everything is truly alive and happy. Okay. If you go and grab a 5 gallon bucket of that type of water, bring it home, and put that into 500 gallons of normal water and not city water. Okay, we're talking good water, not full of chlorine or chloramine. Then you can use that to spray on your plants and on your ground, and it's full of aquatic biology, which is the beginning of life on our planet. It's the beginning of biology. And somebody saying Jadam is a fun one. Yes, Jadam is great. It's one of the other things that you can get into as well. Um, but the water from a vibrant lake or stream is amazing. And I know people that feed that water, they take go down to the swamp that they have. Okay, they draw that water out and they're using that to actually water their animals. It's got life in it. That life gets into the animal's stomach. That biology gets into the animal's stomach. Okay. So, Adam Green, you're saying distilled water is a blank canvas. Yes, RO water as well, but you need to add everything back into that canvas. If you're drinking straight distilled water or RO water, you're literally stripping things out of your body. Okay, so you need to add back in. So, another way to get that aquatic biology is if you know somebody that has a fish tank and they have a fish filter in that fish tank, but they're changing on a halfway regular basis, guys. Okay, talk to your friend and go, hey man, can you, when you're doing your water change, you're changing your filter, let me know. Just take that out, throw it in a an ice cream pail of water for me, and I'll come and get it. Take that home, throw that in a 5 gallon bucket, let it sit there. And in a day or two or three or four, all of a sudden it's going to go, hey, that smells kind of sweet. That's the life. That's the biology blooming in there. And it's just ripe to throw in that 1,000 gallons of excess water that you've got and spray that everywhere. Okay. That's the aquatic biology. Remember, I mentioned the predator prey, guys. That's the prey species that are necessary in your soil structure to be able to have the upper layers of the biology. There's so many people that are talking about fungally dominant, but you've got to have their food source. You can spray on all the fungally dominant stuff you want, but they're just going to die off if you don't have a food source for them. Just like us. If we don't eat, we're going to die. Okay? So you've got to maintain, you got to stick that in your head. And remember that you've got to have all the layers of biology in your soil structure to be able to maintain that soil structure. If you're just, building a quick, pot for 2 or 3 months, you're not going to be worried that much. Okay. You can just do foliars and help. But if you're building something that you want to last, you want your garden to be vibrant year in, year out, more and more and more, you need to have all the layers of biology. So, another secret, okay, is never, ever have bare soil. It doesn't matter if you take grass clippings, okay, and just, put an inch of grass clippings on a bare patch of soil. At least you've got something there. Now, there's obviously better than just straight grass clippings because they get wet, they get all matted and slimy, but at least it's covering. But Mother Nature does not like bare soil. She is going to make something grow there. And generally, it's not something you want in your garden. So cover that soil, whether you're using straw, whether you're using compost, whether you're using anything. Keep the soil covered. You allow the sun to get at bare soil. It evaporates, it dries out. The biology goes into what's called cyst, or they go to sleep. They can't grab onto water when it does rain, and all of a sudden, poof, your water just ran right off. Where if you have a mulch layer and it rains, the biology grabs that, keeps that, and maintains that moisture in the soil where it needs to be for the roots to grab it and bring it to the biology that needs billions of molecules of water in each cell. Just remember, we can go days and days and days without food, but we're dead in 3 days without water. Okay? Water is so important to maintain health in any organic structure. Okay? So having that mulch layer, and I've got a dog that wants to get petted here, so hold on a second, guys. Oh, come here, Dylan. There's my puppy, Dylan. He likes water too. Mwah. So having that water, having that biology that exists in that water, and that's where going on and getting that swamp water, or lake water, river water, the creating your own from a fish filter, that is necessary. That's biology. That's the foundation. Now, if you want to go to the next levels of biology, and somebody was mentioning Jadam, okay, there's different ways that you can create another layer of biology. Daughter named Dylan. Well, this is a male, so your daughter's kind of SOL on that one, okay? But Jadam has the Jadam microbial solution, okay? Just a quick way that you can create a liquid fertilizer, or a liquid, how do I want to phrase this? Building blocks, okay? It's like putting a warehouse together. Thanks, Lucas.